And he'll lie about lying about lying about lying. And that's what he...
YouTube has terminated our main channel with millions of views just for telling the truth. But you can help us regrow by just subscribing to the channel, liking the video, and commenting down below. Thank you. George Conway obliterated Trump live on air with calm precision, dismantling his lies and lawsuits without raising his voice. Trump, expecting the usual, left looking like a broken wind-up toy, unable to adjust before Conway's surgical takedown.
I was offered the job of head of the civil division of the Department of Justice, and I filled out all the forms. They ran my background. I was interviewing people who were going to work underneath me. I was sort of far along there, and then I just started having this queasy feeling like I don't really want to work in this administration because of what I saw.
George Conway, a legal powerhouse, delivered a verbal smackdown so sharp it left Trump embarrassed. A Supreme Court winner in Morrison v. National Australia Bank, Conway was even considered for the top DOJ roles. And as Kellyanne Conway's husband, he truly keeps his enemies close.
So here's the rub. He doesn't think there's anybody else in the world other than him.
Right.
Because he is the world's ultimate narcissist. So in his universe, he is the only person, and he is certainly the only person that matters. We don't really exist. We are just sort of objects.
On the broadcast, Conway dives into Trump's failures, highlighting his talent for turning golden opportunities into disappointments. It's as if Trump has reversed Midas touch, turning everything into material for late-night comedy sketch.
I think everybody overthinks this guy. There is no strategy. There is no thought. And the brand is just him. He lives in this world where there's just him. Okay?
But it's not just him, George. It's a hell of a lot of people out there who've gotten sucked up into this thing and that are perpetuating
I agree with
that brand.
I'm talking about in his mind.
Okay.
None of us matter. Those people don't matter. They're not real people. He doesn't care what happens to them. If they show him adulation and they do what his bidding, that's good. If they don't do his bidding, he will destroy them. He will discard them. None of us, in his mind, okay, he's someone as a man with no empathy, a man with no conscience.
Conway highlights Trump's business ventures as reality TV disasters, from failing casinos to a disappointing university. His business history is a how not to guide with stakes vodka and airlines that crashed and burned.
Therefore, he can violate no laws because he is the law. He interprets the law. And not only that, according to Napoleon, apparently that is allegedly a quote from Napoleon, translated from the French, which obviously he does not speak. He is saving the country, and therefore, from Sleepy Joe, who was out there just running amok over everything because he was so energetic, and he is saving the country, therefore he can violate no laws, which is convenient because he is the one who gets to decide whether he's violating any laws. So he's already decided it. We don't need a legal system. We don't need a constitution. It's done. Life is very easy in the world.
Conway critiques Trump's political mishaps, likening his leadership to a bull in China shop. Trump's foreign policy, full of grand promises but shaky foundations, and his friendship with the dictators alienated allies and turned the geopolitical stage into a chaotic, unsettling soap opera.
You don't want to diagnose him, but I think if you look at the diagnostic criteria for narcissistic personality disorder and antisocial personality disorder, he fits every single one of them. It's like the criteria were made to describe him. And I think what we saw with this tweet yesterday is that last final collapse of Donald Trump's mental state. You think about it. Those were like 50, 60, 70,000 people in the aggregate in five rallies in different states. That's loopier than saying that the moon landings were staged, because there were tens of thousands of people were there. To think that is crazy, and to try to sell it to people is just as crazy. He's done. His brain is fried.
Conway critiques Trump's estranged relationship with the truth, pointing out how his speeches and tweets often sent fact-checkers into overdrive. When addressing Trump's handling of COVID-19, Conway highlights his focus on politics over results, with dangerous suggestions like the disinfectant comments. He also takes aim at Trump's post-presidency antics, depicting him as a reality star clinging to relevance, more concerned with legacy than democratic policies.
Lying, intimidating, bullying, that's Donald Trump at his worst, and that's Donald Trump always. And he's always going to find the one thing that he can do if there's a list of things that he cannot do and that he doesn't think he can get away with. And he has no complaint.
Conway's takedown is laced with sardonic amusement, highlighting Trump's arrogance and incompetence with precise, litigator-like language. His commentary leaves the public reflecting on Trump's bizarre saga, full of contradictions and controversy, urging viewers to consider the consequences of blending reality with reality TV.
That it will stop him or deter him? Is there any reason why this would impact him actually running?
No.
So legally, no.
Legally, no. I mean, he can run. He could be incarcerated, and he could still run for president. And if he were elected, I think the better legal argument under the Constitution, under Article 1, would be that they'd have to spring him. But I don't think he's going to get elected. But I do think he is going to run. I think he's going to make a big issue.